Software as a service is the original definition, and
Yeah.
service as a software is the new definition.
Obviously, there'll probably always be a place for SaaS products, but do you envisage an enormous chunk out of the SaaS market over the next 10 years because of people creating their own software using these models?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the SaaS market will be inverted. So the different definition of SaaS now is software as a service is the original definition, and
Yeah.
service as a software is the new definition, right?
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So you're basically saying that some of these services will be delivered through software, which
Yeah.
in today's language, it could be AI agents or co-pilots or queues and so on and so forth. So they will actually do some of the individual pieces of work. So as long as you have data foundation ready, as long as you have access to the right kind of sources, data sources and data pipelines, what does actual SaaS package, current like the ERP packages and all do? They basically specialize in certain kinds of enterprise data, system of record, system of transactions, pull that stuff out and make sure that it's available in a particular format. Now,
Yeah.
AI agents, if they do work as intended, because they're currently still facing teething issues in terms of being able to access that kind of data, understand the categorization, understand the domain context, right? So there is a business logic, there is a domain aspect to it, and are able to connect the different parts of the workflow in a manner which obviates the need for a enterprise backend the way we are currently used to, right? And
Yeah.
that is one stepping stone to having software as a soft service, right?
Yeah.
And service as a software. That's the other way to look at it. Is some of the services will be delivered as software agents.
Wow, that's that. That's has that already caught on? Services as a software. I've not heard that before, but it's a concept I've been reading a lot about recently. I mean, I first come across. I hadn't really thought about the impact on the SaaS world. It was Chamath on the All In podcast, which I'm sure you're familiar with,
Yeah.
living
Yeah.
in Silicon Valley, and they did talk about the SaaS being this phenomena between the birth of the internet and the birth of AI, this phenomena which happened in between, which is
Yep.
kind of going to it was born because of the internet, is going to die because of AI, which I thought was, I sort of blew my mind a little bit. And I just thought, wow, because we all just thought SaaS was here to stay and that was just the future. But I think AI is such a game changer.
It's actually creating what is going to happen is, the SaaS was really powering the large companies, the large corporations, because they were so
Yeah.
complex and they needed all these rules and all these interfaces and these ways to keep records. If AI can help manage that data and the workflow, which
Yeah.
is still a big challenge right now. It's not that it's easy to solve. Just like AGI, I mean, just enterprise intelligence, right? I mean, I'm talking about moving away from just human affairs and so on, just focusing on large enterprises, JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or Delta Airlines and so on. They have their own enterprise entity and identity and DNA, and there is a lot of intelligence which is around. If AI can use that to create the services, you really don't need big backends for that.
Yeah, sure. How are Hexaware leveraging generative AI across the business then? And in terms of your own utilization of AI to deliver services, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, one of the pillars of our vision for AI and GenAI, first of all, our stated intent as a company is to be AI first. Now,
Yeah.
that by itself is not differentiated in the way that a lot of companies are talking about, but we actually living through it. And when I say living through it, 1.5, 2 years ago, when we formed this unit, one of the goals was not just to take services to the outside market, like, oh, hey, we can do prompt engineering or we can do this. It was to actually adopt GenAI in our own services, which is to disrupt ourselves. Now, what does Hexaware really do? It does three things very well. We build software which powers platforms and products which our clients want to take to market.
Sure.
We help modernize and transform the technology landscape and tech stack, whether it's data warehouses, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's applications. And we help create the right tools and platforms for them to run this and operate this on an ongoing basis, right?
Sure.
And we use data and AI to power all of this, right, as a foundation. So in every one of these services, which is sort of bread and butter for a lot of technology services, Gen AI is actually going to impact the way the service is being delivered. And we said, look, we know this is going to fundamentally change the economics of what being a technology services companies mean, right? When you're
Yeah.
talking about coding or when you're talking about testing, you currently do it manually. A lot of it is done manually and a little bit of automation. It's typically time into material, P into Q. Now you create a AI driven model which can help obviate the need for so many people, which can reuse what you already have, which can create an automated test framework, which can test the code which has been generated, gather the requirements, so on and so forth, or even service desk and help desk, right? Proactively, solve problems and so on. You actually are creating a different economic model for delivering these services. Labor arbitrage may not be that critical anymore, right? Because now
Yeah.
you're delivering it through tools and platforms. So
Of course.
we have invested in certain tools. We call it RapidX and Amaze and Tensai. These are platforms and accelerators
Yeah.
which can actually deliver some of these services, like coding, like requirements gathering, like testing, like cloud-based transformation and migrations, using AI and Gen AI powering them. So we said we will disrupt ourselves. So that's been one of the big pillars
Of
of our
course.
Gen AI strategy. Of course, the second one is to disrupt and work with our clients in their transformation journey, right? So this is where our service catalog and solution accelerators and the fact that we have tech trained people comes into play. And we are actually taking this whole thing right from getting your data ready, helping create the AI models, and fine tune and integrate the AI models which are already there, helping create the UX layer for use of these AI apps, manage these on an ongoing basis through ops and so on. So that's the
Yeah.
other part. And then the third and final part of our vision is essentially identifying some big bets for certain key industry segments. We have identified a few. We believe that these will actually be industry game changing solutions and go to market IPs that we will have. We will work with some partners, whether it's Microsoft or AWS or Cohere and so on. And we have some relationships which are now happening with NVIDIA and so on. We will
Yeah.
actually be able to take a few key slivers of these industries and transform them using Gen AI.